Thank you, Noah. And new tonight, a family is searching for answers after they say their service dog may have been stolen. The man who uses the service dog is a veteran. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach talked to the owners in Sequoia County about what's being done in hopes of bringing him home.
Retired veteran Cole Martin has owned Gabriel for 6 years and says he is more than a dog.
He means everything to us. I mean, honestly, if I didn't have him, I wouldn't be standing here right now. He's a family member. He's not just a dog.
As a trained service dog, Martin says Gabriel supports him mentally.
He helps me, with anxiety and just everything dealing with PTSD and whatnot. When I start getting anxious or angry or something, he kind of redirects my energy. Pressure therapy, he'll force me to pay attention to him instead of whatever's bothering me.
Gabriel was last seen on Weber Creek Road in Short, Oklahoma on November 14th. Now, Martin is relying on the community to help bring Gabriel home.
We just need everybody's eyes out there, keeping an eye out. Did your neighbor suddenly show up with a dog, or have you seen anything? Even if you saw it, a week ago, that might help narrow down an area to look.
Covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
The Martin family is offering $2,000 to whoever can find Gabriel. If you have any information, they ask you to call this number right there on your screen, 918-315-2906. Well, also new tonight, 2 teens who were among 9 suspects charged with capital murder in the death of a Rogers man in March have had their charges reduced. 16-year-olds Amy and Jordan Mandujano had been charged with capital murder and engaging in violent criminal group activity, with Jordan also being charged with hindering apprehension or prosecution. Well, today prosecutors say the capital murder charge is off the table for both teens, and that on Friday they're expected to be charged with 1 count of hindering apprehension or prosecution in juvenile court. Arkansas DHS says it will review some cases in light of many questions raised by lawmakers 2 months ago about the alleged torture of a Mountain Home child. 5 News reported about the hundreds of charges filed against Daniel Wright and Jacqueline Barnett. It was discovered abuse had been reported 29 times over the span of 10 years without any intervention by DHS. DHS leaders now say they will review hundreds of unrelated child abuse reports from the past year to see how they've been handled. DHS says this year alone there have been over 32,000 abuse reports. You can read more on this case on our website, 5newsonline.com. Well, just into the 5 News newsroom, Arkansas State Police are looking for a missing and endangered teen. Investigators say 16-year-old Phoebe Mesa Villalobos was last seen around 3:30 today at Lone Oak High School. That's on West Academy Street. Police did not say who she might be with. Anyone who knows where she is should dial 911. Well, the Benton County Sheriff's Office is looking for a missing woman. This is a picture of 64-year-old Lisa Crawford. Investigators say she was last seen at the Rogers Walmart Neighborhood Market on New Hope Road on December 4th. If you've seen her or know where she could be, you're asked to call the Benton County Sheriff's Office. Tonight, a Huntsville student is recovering after school leaders say they were hit by a vehicle while getting off a school bus. Superintendent Jay Chalk shared a statement on social media stating that a student had been hit while getting off the bus and that the student received medical care. The district says it's unable to share any more details, and it's unclear how serious the student's injuries are. We'll update you as we learn any new details on air and online. Well, now to some scary video Ozark school leaders are sharing that shows a student nearly get hit by a car illegally driving past a stopped school bus. This is video Superintendent Zane Vanderpool says was a bus captured on Monday afternoon. You can see the student walking around the front of the bus after getting off, and then you see the white car fly past on the shoulder of the road. The district is wanting to find out who the driver of this car is, and the superintendent is also reminding drivers to watch for school buses and follow Arkansas law. Arkansas State Police opened an investigation into the North Little Rock mayor, Terry Hartwick. It comes after a complaint was filed for a, quote, interaction at a public event. His office says it's cooperating with authorities, but has not yet released any additional details about the event. Tanya Motor-Disitsky explains where things stand.
It was a moment caught in the middle of a public event, but that moment in question is now under investigation by Arkansas State Police. North Little Rock Mayor Terry Hartwick is in the spotlight, but not for his work during the past Monday City Council meeting, but for a complaint made against him. What that claim is in reference to, or even the event in question, the city's communication director won't say. But a statement released this morning from the mayor's office assures the public Mayor Hartwick is fully cooperating with authorities. It goes on to say, out of respect for the process and the involved individuals, the city cannot provide additional information at this time. The investigation has been handed over to Arkansas State Police, whom confirmed the investigation and said in a text, the case has been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit. THV 11 put in an open records request to get that report and was still denied. The North Little Rock Police Department also vague in their response due to an ongoing investigation. NLRPD says because this incident involves the mayor of North Little Rock and to ensure a completely independent investigation, the North Little Rock Police Department has requested the Arkansas State Police to conduct the investigation into this incident. What we do know about Hartwick is he was a furniture salesman who became mayor in January of 2021, but this was not his first term. He was mayor back in the 80s. From 2001 to 2015, he was president and CEO of North Little Rock Chamber of Commerce. And under his leadership, the chamber grew to be the third largest in the state. In 2016, Hartwick became director of the city's Parks and Recreation.
Mayor Hartwick is not planning to step down or go on a leave of absence. Well, the penny is officially out of production, and it could soon change how we pay for everyday items. The U.S. Treasury has stopped minting the penny, leaving banks and businesses to adapt to a world with fewer coins. Experts say while pennies will remain legal tender, the supply will gradually shrink as they are lost, damaged, or removed from circulation. And banks like Arvest are already preparing for the changes this will bring to transactions.
So any shops or retail locations that are accepting cash payments, we're getting that from them being deposited. When people come in and just regular customers are depositing their pennies or any kind of cash like that, that's how we get pennies back out to other customers.
Banks are also exploring technology to round transactions and adjust systems. For now, experts suggest you hold on to your pennies, though, because they may be worth more over time. The Trump administration announced a $12 billion aid package aimed to help ease the financial burden on farmers across the country. Farming makes up roughly 8% of Arkansas's economy. Of the $12 billion in the aid package, Arkansas is expected to receive around $315 million. However, experts are saying that those funds won't cover the $617 million loss in crop production amongst Arkansas farmers.
Yes, in the long run, consumer prices will be impacted. To what extent, I don't know that, but certainly consumers could be impacted by this.
He also says these kind of aid packages are a short-term lifeline and not a long-term fix. The USA Cycling Cyclocross National Championship started in Fayetteville today, brings 5 days of competition for national titles across multiple age groups and categories in fast-paced, technical, and spectator-friendly races. They blend elements of road cycling, mountain biking, and obstacle course racing.
So yeah, this is obviously going to be absolutely huge for our city. The economic boost that you get from stuff like this is just such a noticeable thing, especially when we need tourism the most this time of year. So excited to bring thousands of non-residents into our community and spending money here with our local businesses.
There will also be a kids mini course for young riders. And be sure to watch tomorrow on 5 News This Morning. Jacob Luthi will go in depth to cover this year's national championships. You can tune in between 5 and 7. Of course, continue streaming on our 5 News Plus app until 9. Well, the 5th annual 6x6 Silent Art Auction is happening tomorrow in Rogers. It is put on by local nonprofit The Artists of Northwest Arkansas. More than 200 6x6 stretched canvases were given to artists to paint on, and they'll be auctioned off to raise money for education programs and events for artists in Northwest Arkansas.
Bidding starts at $20 a piece, so there's over 200 of them. There'll be lots of food and drinks, and all the artists will be here. The community's all invited. It's a free event. We'd love everybody to come out and support us.
The silent auction begins at 4:30 in the evening and it lasts until 7:30. Tomorrow, the Arkansas Arts Academy will host its annual Art Bazaar at the Academy's A3 Gallery in downtown Rogers. The free event will also start at 4:30. You can see students selling original artwork, the school's ceramics club selling holiday-inspired ceramics, and a gift wrapping station for any purchased works of art.
Art really just brightens up empty spaces on walls and just empty spaces in people's hearts. And I really love the feeling of people's eyes being lit up once they see other people's art, and just having that, just holding a piece of art in their hand and just seeing how lively they can be.
Local nonprofit Hugs from Friends will also be there with an art making station open to the public to create messages of hope to send to children affected by the war in Ukraine.